What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and I hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be going over one of the many patch 905 PTR changes that will be coming soon, and I decided to start with something that I feel is going to appeal to a certain poison and bleed expert among the rogue community, Assassination. And, in particular, we'll be looking at the big change that's coming to Assassination's rotation, the alteration of how we upkeep Slice and Dice. Thank you so much for joining me today, and let's talk Assassination. So there were a number of changes that Assassination has received on the PTR all at once, and they all revolve around the flow and rotation of the spec. Assassination is well known to have the slowest rotation of the three specs of Rogue, and its main priority is the maintenance upkeep of buffs and debuffs. However, keeping up with maintaining your garrotes, ruptures, slice and dice, and all the other various damage buffs and debuffs that Assassination has in its toolkit can result in it feeling like all you really do is look at bars and refresh things when they're in pandemic refresh range, resulting in a rotation that feels kinda just like 80% upkeep, 20% damage dealing. While a lot of classes and specs have numerous buffs and debuffs that they keep track of constantly, Assassination has been in a bit of a funk with Shadowlands due to the return of Slice and Dice, which is a very noticeable portion of our damage due to how much auto attacks and the instant damage proc from Deadly Poison contributes to our overall total. A rank 2 passive was added to Slice and Dice specifically for Assassination, which gave an additional 10% energy regeneration while it was active. However, this did very little to influence the pacing of the spec. More or less, the general consensus behind Slice and Dice is that, at least for Assassination, the move doesn't feel good or impactful to press. While Assassination of course gains a damage boost while it's active due to the amount of extra auto attacks and extra opportunities for Deadly Poison to proc instant hits, this is basically the extent of the interaction this ability has with Assassination's base toolkit. Running the Dashing Scoundrel legendary does put more value into Slice and Dice, as the more poisons that critically hit, the more free energy you'll get thanks to that legendary. However, both Outlaw and Subtlety have more direct synergy with the Slice and Dice maintenance finisher via effects like Combat Potency and Shadow Techniques, at least from a PvE viewpoint. Due to this, Assassination and Slice and Dice have had a rocky relationship so far in Shadowlands. On the patch 905 PTR, we've seen the return, albeit slightly altered version of the old passive Cut to the Chase. While it doesn't work quite the way it used to back in the day, this version basically makes it so any combo point you spend on Envenom will give you 3 seconds of refreshed Slice and Dice. So this means a 5 combo point Envenom will give you back 15 seconds on the duration of Slice and Dice, up to a maximum of 46 seconds if you're not running Deeper Stratagem. This results in not wasting any energy or combo points on refreshing Slice and Dice basically ever, as Envenom is your main combo point dumper as long as you've got Rupture active on your nearby targets. This means more combo points to spend on Ruptures and Envenom, which means even more free Slice and Dice uptime. It feeds into itself very well, and it helps relieve a pretty annoying hang-up that Assassination has had for all of Shadowlands. I will say, just from a sort of feely craft sort of way, this helps the rotation feel much more responsive, and then I can spend more combo points on dealing damage instead of just refreshing buffs. You will need to cast Slice and Dice at least once, as the Envenom free combo point thing only works for refreshing the buff, not applying it if you don't have any Slice and Dice active at all. But in single target situations, this will be basically constantly, so you shouldn't have to worry about any Slice and Dice casts other than the beginning of a fight, which is pretty great. While I don't know if this will result in a huge overall damage increase or any at all, it certainly feels really nice to play with this newly implemented version of an old school passive. To go along with this change though, there were 2 other changes. First, the 10% bonus energy regeneration from that Slice and Dice rank 2 has been removed. This was done to offset a buff to the Venomous Wounds passive, which is the effect that makes Garrote and Rupture ticks give you energy back if they're active on a poison target. This currently on live servers gives 7 energy back per tick, and will be buffed to 8 energy per tick. This is basically a 12.5% increase to the effect of Venomous Wounds, which should mostly counteract that 10% energy regeneration lost from Slice and Dice rank 2. However, this Venomous Wounds change doesn't seem to be active in this current build of the PTR from what I can tell, as the tooltip still was showing 7 energy, and the energy regeneration tab in my details combat metrics shows it still only giving back 7 energy also, so that is a bit of a whoopsie on their part, but I'm sure they'll have that fixed before it reaches live servers. I hope. While this slice and dice change certainly makes the rotation feel smoother and allows for more combo points to be spent on damaging finishers rather than buff upkeep, it does make slice and dice something you basically only hit a few times at most in a dungeon or raid encounter, as long as you can use in Venom on a relatively regular basis. In AoE, of course, this is less often since you'll be applying ruptures, and if you're running Crimson Tempest, then that too, so there may be some times where you'll need to manually refresh the buff. Assassination has received numerous buffs since the launch of Shadowlands, which has resulted in an increase in popularity, especially among those who prefer a slower and more methodical playstyle. However, Slice and Dice has never really had any synergy with the Assassination Rogue toolkit. It's kind of just an ability that you hit every so often to make sure you can do the most auto attack and deadly poison damage as possible, and that's basically it. With the addition of Cut to the Chase coming in 905, that reduces the amount of times you have to press Slice and Dice, which feels good in the rotation, and it allows you to spend more of those combo points and energy on finishing moves and generators, which feels good. But it doesn't really solve the issue with Slice and Dice not really offering anything to the table. It obviously increases your damage, which I guess is the point of any upkeep buff, so it's more of just a musing than it is a complaint. I hope to see that there will be some synergistic value added to it, but seeing as they've already introduced a new feature with 905, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last time they touch Slice and Dice since they've already gone through a couple revisions since beta for Assassination specifically. Anyways, I hope you folks enjoyed this most recent look at the latest changes on Assassination Rogue on the 905 PTR. If you did, then please consider leaving a like, a comment, or sharing this video with other folks, as it's all really appreciated and helps a lot with the channel's growth. And as always, I want to extend my gratitude to you, my viewers, commenters, subscribers, and especially my patrons, who all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.